Next, we're going to grab our biscuit joints. So the two that are left over should be 2 and 3 and 7 and 6, and we'll go do those. Okay, so you finished your mortise and tenon joint, you finished your lap joint. The hardest part of the project is behind you. We have a couple more straightforward cuts to make. We're going to work on our biscuit joints now. So we're going to pick up number 2, and I'm going to go ahead and mark my angles again just so that I don't get mixed up. I'm going to do the same here. And now we're just going to cut all the way through at a 45. One thing that is important in this step is we're actually cutting them to length now. So the final dimensions of our project are going in now. So you need to be very accurate with your measurements. You're going to want to mark the outside edge when you mark it, because that's what you're going to line up with the edge of your blade here. So make sure you put your mark on the outside edge. So this one needs to be 9 3/4. Your shorter ones are going to be 7 3/4. So everything fits together nicely, so now it's time to go finish off our biscuit joints. Okay, so I've laid my picture frame out just so I know which is right side up. Now I'm going to measure to put in my biscuit cuts. I'm going to measure to the middle of this, so I'm going to measure the full width and then cut it in half. So this is 2 3/4, so the middle of this would be 1 3/8. So I'm going to go ahead and mark it at 1 3/8. Now I could measure all the other ones, but I'm just going to line them up, make sure both corners are lined up, and transfer that mark to the middle. Making sure I keep them right side up. Okay, now I have them all marked out. I'm using number 0 size biscuits. Sometimes these come from the factory a little bit oversized, so we've had to sand them down a little to get them to fit. So if you run into them being just a little bit too big, you can always sand them down. So with this biscuit joiner, I've set it for a 0 size biscuit, and I've also set the height to match the center of my pieces. So I'm going to go ahead and clamp them to the table so we can make our cuts.